Wow. I mean, what a game, man. Like, if you didn't watch this Knicks Pacers game one, let me tell you right now, I beg of you, please find 15 to 20 minutes in your day tonight, tomorrow, at some point, please. I beg of you, please. And go rewatch from like the last 5 minutes of the fourth quarter all the way through overtime. Please. I promise you, you will not regret it. Before we go any further in this video, I want to say shout out to Aaron Nesmith, man. This was a game that looked like it was getting ugly for the Pacers. I'm talking about they're down 15, they're down 20-ish at this point at like the in like the third quarter of this game, you know what I'm saying? Like it was looking bad for them at a certain point. Let me make sure I'm not tripping. Cuz I'm looking at the box score. I'm looking at the hold on, let me make sure I'm not tripping. But they were down by a considerable amount in the fourth quarter. In the third quarter. And yeah, they're down 16 at one point in the third quarter. And then from there, they brought it back a little bit. But they were down 16 at one point in the third quarter. It was looking like this game was about to get ugly. But then the Pacers fought back to end the third, and they made it a close game again. And then in the fourth quarter, man, the New York Knicks go on this run. And it was with Jalen Brunson on the bench because Jalen Brunson had just picked up his fifth foul with like over 7-8 minutes left in the quarter. So they go on this run at this time, and OG and Cat were going off. Josh Hart was doing the Josh Hart things, getting all the hustle plays, getting all the rebounds, doing everything that you need Josh Hart to do, doing everything that the New York Knicks and their fans love Josh Hart for. And I'm thinking, oh, this game's over. If they're doing this with the Brunson out, it's over. He's gonna come back in the game in the last couple minutes. He's gonna put this game away. GG's. And then something happened that I've damn near never seen before in my life. Aaron Nesmith, a guy that's not a notorious 3-point shooter, and you know what I'm saying? Like he's not a Buddy Hield. He's not one of those guys. He's not one of like those role players that is there to shoot threes. That's not what he's there for. He goes out and he hits like 5 or 6. I'm talking about straight threes, no misses. The only points in between his like 6 threes, I think Hallie hit a three and there was a Pascal Siakam free throw. But other than that, it was all him. He scored 18 points by himself alone during that stretch to bring the Pacers back. The Pacers ended up getting the lead. It was crazy. Some insane things happened there down towards like the end of the fourth quarter and everything like that. And I'm thinking, damn, they're about to lose this game. They're about to waste this Aaron Nesmith game because they get the ball back, and then they foul, and they fouled OG Anunoby and Karl Anthony Towns, and both of them missed a free throw. The OG Anunoby foul was last. They foul him. He misses one of the 2 free throws, and the Pacers get the ball back down to with like 13, maybe like 8. It's like 12, maybe 8 seconds left, something like that. It's something like around there. Somewhere between like 8 and 12 seconds left. Dog. Trust me when I tell you. Tyrese Halliburton gets the ball. He dribbles it up the court, does everything like that, blah, blah, blah. And I'm thinking he gets like a pretty decent mid-range shot, and he doesn't do a step back or anything. He gets to the mid-range, and he fully turns his body around, does a full 180, and starts running back towards the 3-point line. And I'm looking at the clock tick down 4, 3, 2, and I'm like, what is he doing? Just take the 2. Like, you had a good shot, just shoot the 2-pointer. You don't need the win right now. He dribbles the ball back to the 3-point line, does a step back, and just throws up a prayer in the air, and it bounces off the rim. And I'm thinking, he missed. Why'd he do that? And then I see the ball just bounce up high in the air, and I'm like, wait a second, this still has a chance to go in. I see everybody holding their breath in Madison Square Garden. I'm like, wait a minute. And then you see the ball after the first initial bounce where it goes 10 feet up in the air off the rim. It comes straight down and swishes. And I'm thinking, no way. There is no way that the New York Knicks just sold this game by allowing Aaron Nesmith to hit 6 straight threes, and then by allowing Tyrese Halliburton to run back to the 3-point line like a little kid who doesn't know what to do when he has the ball and just throwing up a prayer. I'm thinking, no way. You see Tyrese Halliburton hit him with the Reggie Miller choke while Reggie Miller's on the call. It's phenomenal. And then it's a 2-pointer. And I'm like, okay, the New York Knicks. Going into OT was a blessing for the Knicks because obviously if they don't go into OT there, they lose. If it's a 3-point shot, they just lose, right? So going into OT was a blessing for the Knicks, and I'm thinking, there's no way the Knicks win this game. But then I'm thinking at the same time, the Knicks have to realize what opportunity they were just handed, and they have to take advantage of it because this is a game that for the majority of it, it looked like the Knicks were going to win. And we go into overtime, and Knicks offense is bad in the OT for the first couple possessions. Like, it was bad. It was like damn near a 24-second violation that ends up in a Josh Hart one-handed shot, and then Miles Turner on the other end misses an open mid-range, and they get the ball back. They go down the other end, and it's another damn near 24-second violation, and this time it ends up in was it a Jalen Brunson shot, or maybe I don't remember, but I just remember that their first shot they made in the OT was Miles Turner on Cat. Cat shoots it right over him for the mid-range, hits that hole, and I'm thinking Miles Turner just can't guard him. He hasn't been able to guard him for really the entire game. He's been hooping the whole game. Miles Turner just cannot guard him since the first quarter. Miles Turner's been getting fried by Karl-Anthony Towns, and I'm thinking, damn, they're probably going to win this game. Good for them. And then the whole rest of the overtime period was back and forth. Neither team was getting momentum. I'm talking about it's back and forth. You're getting lead changes, ties. The Pacers are up 1. The Knicks are up 1, blah, blah, blah. And this stuff is going on. And I'm thinking, wow, one of the best games of the playoffs by far. Top 3 game in the playoffs. The only other games that I can think of are like the Denver series where it's like Aaron Gordon gets that tip-in dunk to win the game at the buzzer, or like another Aaron Gordon game winner. So you know what I'm saying? Like, there wasn't many other games that are better than this one, or like the Knicks versus the Pistons when that Tim Hardaway Jr. shot in the corner, they don't call the foul on the three-point shot, stuff like that. And then it's back and forth the whole OT. I'm talking about back and forth and back and forth. And the Pacers just pulled out the win in overtime, man. I'm talking about Tyrese Halliburton was cooking in the OT. And then the big thing was that the Pacers won 2 challenges in this game. Both of their challenges in this game they won. And one of them was with 20 seconds left in OT where they called the ball out of bounds on, was it Nice? No, was it Nembhard? I don't remember. They called the ball out of bounds on somebody, and I want to say it was Nembhard, but it was actually out of bounds on JB. They win that challenge, and then it's Pacers ball, and the Knicks are down 1, and you're thinking, man, this one's gonna be tough because it's like they gotta foul or they gotta make a miss, they gotta do something. And then they play the worst defense on that sideline out of bounds that I've ever seen in my life. You got Deuce McBride out there. He's just getting ran by Andrew Nembhard. Mitchell Robinson, who's been great the whole game, whose minutes were so impactful this whole game, he gets out there and he plays terrible defense that leads to an Obi Toppin dunk. And realistically, Obi Toppin got fouled on that dunk by Mikal Bridges. I saw it in real time. I'm thinking that's an and one. The game's over. The refs didn't call it, and I'm not mad at the refs for not calling it. It's OT of the conference finals. You maybe don't call that. You know what I'm saying? You give the Knicks a chance. Didn't end up mattering. It didn't end up mattering. Because the Knicks get the ball back, and I'm seeing Jalen Brunson with Nembhard on him, and I'm thinking, why is Nembhard on him? Why don't you have the length of Nesmith on him, the guy that's been guarding you for most of the game? And now, granted, Jalen Brunson was frying. Nobody could guard him this game. But I'm like, the last possession, I want Aaron Nesmith to be on him. And Jalen Brunson shoots a 3, air ball. They get the offensive rebound. Thank God for Josh Hart. They get the offensive rebound. They get it out to Karl-Anthony Towns, and it's a deep 3. I'm talking 30 feet. Let me look what ESPN. ESPN has it as a 29-footer. Yeah, like I said, it's a deep 3, and Karl-Anthony Towns has been taking them, especially late in games this entire playoffs. And he takes it, and I'm thinking, oh, it's cash, because he had space. So I'm thinking, oh, it's cash. He got it. We're going to go into double OT. The Pacers are going to get the ball back here with like 5 seconds left, and we're going to see what they got. And it hits off the front of the rim. And then Mikal Bridges gets the offensive rebound. He's sitting on his ass on the baseline. He can't really get control of the ball. There's Pacers all around him. He's damn near sitting out of bounds. He might have low-key been out of bounds. And the game ends. And, whew, man, if I'm a Knicks fan, I'm pissed. I'm pissed. Because at the beginning of this game, both offenses were going nuts. It was mostly Cat and Miles Turner, but then for the Pacers, it was really everybody. All 5 of their players scored within the first couple. All 5 of their starters scored within the first couple of minutes, and they started out the game 9 for 9 from the field. And then Mitchell Robinson comes off the bench. You feel his immediate impact, and that's when the Knicks starts to get a swing at things. He comes in and immediately gets an offensive rebound. And then he misses 2 free throws, and I'm thinking, damn, they might have to take him out at some point if he keeps doing that. And then it's like Mitchell Robinson just impact, 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 and he's playing for so long. It allows Cat to get like a 6-7 minute break in the first half. And then Cam Payne comes in, and even though he didn't play, he wasn't nearly as impactful as Mitchell Robinson was. He hits 2 threes, and now he's playing well enough. Him and Deuce McBride are playing well enough, even though neither one of them shot the ball very well. They're playing well enough in the moment for you to give Brunson a long rest as well. So I'm thinking, damn, even though the Knicks aren't going to play a whole bunch of guys off the bench, these guys are playing all right enough now for their two best players to get a whole bunch of rest while they're also maintaining the lead. Even though it's a shallow lead, it's a narrow lead, they're maintaining it. I'm thinking, damn, yeah, this game's probably over. You see Brunson frying. You see Cat frying the whole game. OG turned up a little bit in the second half. Mikal Bridges wasn't bad this game. Josh Hart, solid game, everything like that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at this, and I'm looking at the rebounding. I'm looking at blah, 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 blah. I'm looking at all these things. I'm like, damn, the Knicks defense just looks better. The Knicks rebounding just looks better. Their role players are doing their best to keep up with the Pacers role players, and they're not doing a bad job of it. And then we get to that Aaron Nesmith, and it's just like, I don't know what you can really do, to be honest with you, because it's like you have control of the game for most of it, outside of where, in the beginning of the game, Pacers start out hot, but just before halftime, Tyrese Halliburton goes off, and they get a little bit of a lead, but then the Knicks keep the lead at half. And then you get the Knicks who go up 16 in the third, and then the Pacers have it back to like within 3 at the end of the quarter, and then the Knicks go up again because of that run that I was talking about earlier where Jalen Brunson's on the bench with the foul trouble in the fourth quarter. And you're thinking, yeah, man, the Knicks have got this. It's been a great game, but the Knicks have probably got this. And they choked it away in one of the craziest ways I've ever seen in my entire life. Because Aaron Nesmith is out there hitting heavily contested. I'm talking about 100% smothered threes, running, just throwing his legs out in the air and everything like that. And you're looking at him and you're like, he can't miss. He can't miss. At one point, I don't know what he finished the game as, but at one point he was 8 for 9 from 3. They flashed the graphic. That's the most he's ever had in his entire career in any game. He just happens to do it in game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. I mean, man, I was about to come in here and I was about to say, damn, the Pacers need more from Pascal. They lost this game in big part because of him. Or, like, you need Andrew Nembhard or Aaron Nesmith to step up a little more, and that was before. And then Aaron Nesmith immediately goes and shows me that I need to shut up. Because then he went and did what he did, and he ended up with 30 points on 13 shots. Their second leading scorer behind Hallie, who only scored 1 more point than him but took 23 shots. Like, this is insane. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's genuinely nuts. So if I'm a Knicks fan, I'm in pain, man. I'm in pain because it's like, I don't know. And I have problems with the Knicks kind of philosophy in this too, because it's like you allow Tyrese Halliburton to get going by playing Karl Anthony Towns in drop coverage when it's a Tyrese Halliburton screen. It's like you give him so much space. He's pulling that hoe every time, even though he was only 4 for 12 from 3 today. That was kind of how he got hot in the first half after he really started the game off not doing much offensively. You let him get hot. Because you're giving him open looks off of these pick and rolls where you've got cat and drop coverage, and it's just like, you might have to take him out of that, bro. And I'm thinking, none of that's going to matter. The Knicks are going to win, and here comes Aaron Nesmith. Here comes Tyrese Halliburton in OT. Wow, man. What a game. Pacers are up 1-0. I can't stress enough how big Tyrese Halliburton had a big game. Aaron Nesmith had the biggest game of his career. I can't stress. Miles Turner, good from the jump, offensively at least. And if you're a Knicks fan, there's a little bit of hope because it's like Aaron Nesmith is probably never going to play this well again, probably never going to shoot this well again, and you still lost by 3 points in OT, and that's it. But then it's like at the same time, you can't really fumble the game where Cat and Jalen Brunson both score 30+. Can't really do that either. So, I don't know, man. There's a silver lining for the Knicks, I guess, but at the same time, I know every Knicks fan everywhere is saying slurs about Aaron Nesmith right now because that is crazy. That was nuts. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. Thank you for watching. Both of these, I have been so wrong about both of these 2 series through game 1 so far that it's got me looking like a fool, but hey, that's part of this business. You're going to be wrong a lot. Whatever. But wow. What a game, man. I am so excited for game 2 of this series, and I take back everything I said about the Timberwolves series potentially being better, more excited than this series. I was wrong. This is absolute cinema. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for watching, man. All glory to God as always. All right, peace.